All right, let's get this going, baby. We got a pretty nice setup today in Snowflake. Took one trade, but we'll get right into that once this gets all set up. I'm a little early today, guys. I'm pretty tired. Terrible Monday action, but here it goes. For anyone that wants to join in, let me get this going over here. We're going through some things over here. All right. Here we go. I feel like it's been the slowest Monday ever, but Snowflake did end up paying pretty nicely today. Took it in both accounts, had a really great trade. I'm lagging a little bit today, so probably won't see too many trades for me exactly. My guy, how you doing? I am doing incredible, man. Caught this Snowflake move again this morning. In this small account, I caught it, and in my larger account, it was more so a hold. I'm up 704 just on Snow today, just one trade. And I only put in about $1,000, so made about a 70% return in this account off of that trade, and then pretty decent amount in the other one. So, looking at this right now, I really did like that Tesla 220 rip, but now I didn't take it actually. I kind of wish I took it this morning, but honestly, good thing I didn't because it happened so fast, and I probably would have lost money on it. But I really like that Google trade that I was talking about was getting set up for its new high. It already hit today from the daily chart. So I'm just trying to go through a couple setups to see what we have left. I think that there's only two things really. Holy hell, Coinbase got hit hard. What happened? I didn't even see this. They're down $11 today. Oh, the Binance. Binance got sued by SEC. Yep. I'm sure it's going along with that news. That is honestly probably a really great dip buy, to be honest. I might give it a day or so, but I might buy those shares. Just buy 100 shares. Keep trying to play this back and forth bounce. Make $1,000 every time just by putting in $5,000. So seems to be a pretty easy recipe for success in my opinion. So look for those. I could also sell some cover calls. I could sell some cash secured puts as well. I might actually do that. I might sell a put down. Maybe like 51-ish, 52. I'd like that to happen. Let me see how much those are. Maybe we can make a nice little like $300 off selling a cash secured put. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that happen, but let's take a look. I'm lagging pretty hard. Let's see if we can cash in on some of those. It'd only be $200. I probably don't for 52. Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna make an extra $200 here today, guys. We're gonna sell this. So all I'm gonna do is sell this $52 put, and it's about $5 out of the money. But as it's gonna start getting closer and closer, I'll collect $200. And let's just say it goes. I can buy it back at any point if it starts to fall, but it's pretty low. I don't know if. Let me see. Yeah, these contracts are going to be up a lot overnight, so I'm most likely probably just going to collect this premium of 200. How much are they for this week's? This week's are pretty cheap. Probably not going to just do it for $300 or $130, but I could sell these contracts, make an extra $200. About to SPY 16 calls this morning, wanting to sell at 4:30, then go long on puts. Wasn't watching chart at River. Yeah, I see. I'll show you the SPY that I'm looking at right now. I think that we see 431 test, maybe break, but things are starting to get a little weak here. So we'll have to wait and see. It looks like this coin is still kind of crawling down. I don't know if I should sell a put. I'll sell a put tomorrow and try to collect the extra $200, $250. I feel like it'd be pretty easy. But once I sell that, basically, I just want this to stay above 53 by expiration. So I'll collect the premium regardless. And if it goes to, let's just say 50, then I'll just buy 100 shares at 52 rather than 50. But I'm still basically break even on the position because I collected $200 in premium. So the next time I get a bounce up to, like, let's just say 60 or up to here 62, I'll be up $1,000 on the shares. I could sell the shares, and I'll be able to keep that $200 in premium. So I would make like basically $1,200 on the trades. Super easy. But I don't know if I want to do it today because that's a pretty big sell-off. I'm assuming that we'll start to see some pullback again in this. It's kind of bouncing off this level, 55. And there is a gap at 50. I might wait till tomorrow and collect some of that premium, but let's see. It's down 12% today, which is quite a bit. Might not be the best time to sell put since it was just at 55. I mean, regardless, it would only be like $200 loss technically. I'll do it. I'm going to sell it, guys. I'm going to sell it for a little bit higher, though. I'm just going to sell one. Just put $5,000 at risk. So I'm just going to sell one option contract here for 214. Maybe like... I'll do 214. I'll sell it. That's right, yeah. So I would get credited. I would get credit $213. So I sold one coin contract, and it's a cash secured put. So basically, I would buy 100 shares of this at 52 if it goes below. I don't know what deck is talking about, but we're looking at this right now. What was I looking for? Oh, Snowflake. Yep. I might swing this play. I mean, it's starting to get a little weaker, so I might be a little bit more patient. But on the daily chart, this is exactly what I'm watching for. I'm watching for this 185 break, which it almost got there today. A little bit of a slight pullback. I was in these already. Obviously, I had these contracts. $700 buying power effects, $5,200 here, meaning that I have to use $5,200 of cash to buy 100 shares for selling this put. So basically, I want this to go up. But as theta goes, overnight, I'll make money every single night. So I can keep a nice eye on coin. As this goes up, I'll start to go profitable because it's a bullish position, thinking that it's going to go up. It'll bounce off of the bad news and stuff. So that's I feel like it's pretty easy win there. Just to collect an easy $200 for doing absolutely nothing. And if I have to buy the shares at 52, so be it. I feel like that's a pretty good entry point for me. And then I could sell those 100 shares at like 60 at some point as well. I'm going to make sure that there is no bad news in Coinbase real quick. I'm not seeing anything. Coinbase news. Yeah, I agree. There's a guy that tweeted coin stock down on the Binance and SEC charges makes sense for the short term as the market could temporarily shrink, but is very bullish sign medium and long term for Coinbase. I like that, honestly. I like that it's down this much off this news because I feel like it'll easily bounce, honestly. Down 12%, 10%, coming down quite a bit, but whatever. We're collecting that $200 in the position. I don't know if anybody has ever seen a cash secured put sold before, but a lot of people always ask me how they work. I am down $9 on it right now, but basically how it works is 223 is how much it's worth right now. I sold it for 214. These contracts are up 281% overnight, meaning I think it's going to start to, even if it starts to rebound, the theta is going to start crushing it. So I can collect this money regardless. So I don't care about this position whatsoever. I just have to sell a put at 52. So let's just say it expires at 50 and the stock is at 50 by the end of this week. Or this is June 16th. So this is next week. So I got some time to hold this. So as every single night, theta is kind of a bitch and it just will melt like crazy. It'll melt the contract. Most of the time it'll go to zero. As long as like Coinbase isn't at like 38 or 35 and I have to buy 100 shares at 52 and be down 1,700 away. What do you think for long-term calls for Apple? I mean, you're never really going to go wrong with having long-term calls in Apple, but it all depends on your entry point because I feel like the market is at a pretty big top. So like this came from 124 to 185 and we have barely seen any drawdown. I would probably wait until you see a nice little like 5%, 10% pullback in all stocks, really. I mean, this is pretty insane tech we have seen before. We have never seen before. I haven't seen the Apple. What is there, like Apple News or something? But I do feel this only plays in a little bit making life for easiest. But I hate the fact that I'm going to see people living in these things. What's going on here? Finally, headset is out. Is this the Apple headset?
You can collaborate remotely with your team on the same document.
Let's watch this.
Apple Vision Pro has an amazing FaceTime experience. FaceTime now becomes spatial and life-size. As new people join, FaceTime simply expands. With spatial audio built right into Vision Pro, you hear each person's voice coming from the location of their tile, making group conversations easier and more natural.
If you see me wearing those things, man,
FaceTime,
you're out of your damn mind.
You can share apps with others and use them together with SharePlay. And you continue to see everyone in large video tiles while sharing an app. This is powerful for so many activities, like reviewing a presentation, sharing photos and videos, or watching a movie together. FaceTime on Vision Pro works seamlessly with other Apple devices, like iPhone, iPad, and Mac, so everyone can join in. For work, Apple Vision Pro gives you powerful ways to connect with others and the freedom to create the ultimate workspace for whatever you want to do, wherever you are. To tell you about how Vision Pro transforms experiences at home, here's N.
Apple Vision Pro brings the power of spatial computing to so many of the things you do at home. It redefines how you can relive precious moments in time because you can capture and experience photos and videos in magical new ways. Select a photo and watch as the room dims around you. Your library of photos and videos looks incredible on Vision Pro, with brilliant color and spectacular detail. Make it as big as your room or zoom in, letting you feel even closer to that moment. And panoramas are stunning.
Dude, I don't like this.
Pro, every panorama you've ever taken on your iPhone now expands and wraps around you life-size.
Nope, not buying them. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in the hype. What does that drop on SPY down 30%? $50? What are you talking about? Oh, really trying to make us robots. Oh yeah, guys, that's stuff. That's too much for me. I don't believe in the hype. Oh, the SPY drop that just happened? Is that 15 minutes? What just happened here? It's probably just the Apple just pushing everything down. I don't really know, honestly. I haven't really seen too much. Holy shit, what just happened? That's a massive drop. Apple introduces the same exact products they have. Vision Pro. This thing looks kind of fire, but I don't really know. I think it's just now hitting this situation. I don't see any news coming out. I'm keeping this Monday very, very light. I'm up a good amount in this account already. Made a 70% trade on Snow, so I am so far so good on today. But this is a nice little bounce, honestly. I don't know what this came from. That's a lot of volume, but at this point right here, it looks like it could be a nice little extra point to go down. I'll try to play some SPX here. This looks like it's pretty nice. And also, why I sold this, I'm going to be making $18 every single night for the next week. And these implied volatility percentages are so high that it's just going to crush these premiums probably down to like $86 to about $100 some dollars if it even has the slightest bounce. So easy $215 I'm about to collect on Coinbase. So, I mean, I'm down $10 right now, but whatever. I'll make all that money. I'm not worried about it. And if I have to invest in Coinbase at $52, so be it. I'll make about $1,000 on the trade total. So, SPY, SPX. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get some SPX puts here, guys. My system's a little slow today. I don't know what is going on with my connection. Might sell this 2-week call contracts for 2-week puts. You printing? I'm not in anything right now. I was printing on Snowflake earlier, but it seems to be pulling back pretty nicely right now. So I might stay away from that and day trade it tomorrow instead of swing trading it. It got pretty close to its high, and now there's a lot of weakness. So the action today is brutal to watch. So that's why I wanted to hop on a little bit early, just give a little bit of analysis on what I'm watching. I really only do like SPY to 431, but we are getting kind of hit pretty hard. And also, I should have taken these puts. They were just worth 100 to 130. I was thinking about taking this trade, but now I don't think I am. I was thinking about it. Let's see what the support level is now that just hit that line. Because I don't think I drew that from a while ago. Yeah, there's a lot of room down. I don't really know where the next support line would be. It'd be pretty crazy if we got all the way down to like 424. I doubt that happens, but I don't want to count that out. Just going to draw this line real quick. I'll go back to the 5-minute. It's kind of just hovering around this level. I kind of wish I took this pop from 427. I might give it like another second here. Give me one more little green candle up to 427. Some weakness, not a lot of volume, and I would love to see this start to flush. I don't think it's going to go all the way down here, but it'd be pretty cool if it did. Usually these red to green wick candles, never a bullish sign, but we're going to wait for this one. So give it 5 minutes. Could push up. Are you in calls or something? Proby? SPY Proby? This is very brutal action today. So I usually don't trade Mondays very often, but I did see Snowflake set up, so that's why I'm in Snow. And I like the fact that Coinbase is down significantly off of the Binance news, so I just sold a put down here and loving it. Just got to make sure I watch Coinbase, though. Nice little buy up. I feel like this is probably not going to break down, to be honest. If it gets back above this line over here and we close bullish, this is probably just going to rebound. I don't really know where that came from. It's really no news, so I should probably be playing the call side for this reversal, but here we go. Not a lot of action. So these are back down to $100 a piece for the 4260s on the SPX. They were just 300 on that drop. 4260. Yeah, that's a pretty far drop. I don't know if we're gonna get down there. 439. I don't know about SPY 439, but when I do look at the daily chart, I do kind of like that 431 break, 432. 439 calls might be kind of a stretch, but the reason I like that 432 level or 431.73 is from this level way back. So we're probably just consolidating, and then tomorrow we're going to get that level, which is probably why I'm going to stay away today and play more so tomorrow. Day trades will be really great tomorrow. If we're bullish, I'll be all over Snowflake, and I'll be all over the SPY to 432, probably playing SPX. I think Tesla already hit my daily levels, so might stay away from Tesla for a little bit. And the contracts are way too expensive today as well, so just staying away from a lot of things right now, especially while it's so choppy. Datadog $100 break is always cool. I think that this could be a really great trade tomorrow as well. I'm going to set an alert on this actually at 160. So preparing my week right now with all these levels. I usually, like I said, Mondays stay pretty far away from stuff like this. TLT. Let me look at this real quick. I feel like this daily chart is pretty wild. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. How's crowd doing? I can't believe crowd filled this gap. That's unbelievable to me. Is Waste Management back? This is another one that I really like to play. Oh, yeah. Look at this. This huge-ass sell-off. I should have taken some of these. Waste Management pays a lot of money when it starts going its way. It's one of my favorite price premiums that nobody knows about. It's my sleeper stock. Take a look at those premiums sometime if you ever get a chance. They're unbelievable. And I don't know about this sell-off. I might try to go in a couple here at like 122. It might bounce though. It looks pretty bullish since it kind of just engulfed this. I'm going to try to buy one at 120. Just in one for now. Put my stop loss at like 70. Actually, I'm even going to go less than that. I'm going to do like 80. I'll do $40. I'm going to probably add to this if I see some weakness on the next candlestick. Here it is. If it continues to go up and breaks this high, then I'm going to get out. But if it starts to come down and engulf this, we could see well below 426. So I would add to this position. But if it starts to form that base, then I'll just let this stop me out $40. I'm just trying to get a little tease to see if this will actually start going. Because these could pay a lot of money, honestly. Because we're at 4,271. If this drops $10, these things will be worth 400, 500 each, if not more, actually. Oh shit! Here we go. If this breaks this low of the day mark, I might go with momentum, which I think we're actually going to get involved with because I'm already up $60 on one or $80 on one. 85. Just in one in this small account here, but. If this starts to break this low, I think you guys can see that bearish engulfing pattern that is kind of forming on the daily chart. Here, let me look at this hourly chart too. Yeah, this is weak, but we are at the bottom of this Bollinger Band, so I don't know if this is a good level to play or not. Honestly, if you're not down a fat percentage, maybe it's a decent time to hold. But you could also hedge by buying some puts right now short term and then use the profits to ride the calls. I think that this is going to bounce. I'm putting my stop at 150. I'll lock in $30. Actually, I'll lock in 25. If it continues to go the other way, then I'll add to. Should I add to this? I feel like it's getting a little bit weaker though. I'm not going to play around with the SPX. It's too choppy. This is my only trade. If it goes below this though, I will try to go with momentum, but I think that I might just get chopped out. But at least it's in profit, so there's literally no risk in this trade for me right now. I'm up $65. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna get out of this. Yeah, I just sold 160, so I just made $40 off just one. I don't know. I just don't like the price action today, guys. I don't want to force anything, but I'm up 750 on the day in the smaller account, and I've only traded 3 trades, and one of them is Coinbase selling. So really, only 2 trades. That SPX small ass trade, and then Coinbase earlier. What's my target for snow tomorrow? My target, thank God I got out of this because this is just choppy ass stuff. But basically, I just want to go over some levels that I'm watching. I know energy is dead always on Mondays. Market doesn't move as much, but there's a couple things that I'm watching. I wanted to see Chewy for a second, but honestly, we're gonna stay away from Chewy. I like 2 things this week. I like Datadog for this continuation above 100. So I have an alert at 101 because I think it's going to go right to 105. So I'll watch some 105 Datadog calls tomorrow. And I will also watch Snowflake. I've been talking about Snowflake for like 2 weeks now, it feels like. But I've made a lot of money off Snow, so I feel like it is well worth it. And I feel like a lot of people have as well. You know, I was calling out this gap fill from 150 all the way to 172. And then once we saw a lot of strength with this Bollinger Band expanding, I think we're going to get above this 185 high. And I don't know if we're going to go to 200, but that would be pretty insane if we did. I think Snow was a $400 stock at one point, so that wouldn't be all-time highs. Yeah, crazy. So, I mean, this could be a really great long-term investment as well. So maybe I should sell some puts on this bad boy. But I doubt that I will. Let me look at the 1-hour chart real quick just to make sure it doesn't look terrible. No, it kind of looks like it might be on its way to a breakdown. But over the next hour, the next candle will tell us a lot. And that'll honestly tell me if I should swing this or not. So I am watching Snow. I'm watching for that 185 break. So anything that I would take on Snow would probably be Snowflake. 185s for next week. They're probably pretty expensive right now. They're only $440. They're not priced the best though. So $430 could turn us into $700, be $270 a pop. It's like 50% return, which is pretty decent. But you got to include theta, and of course, hopefully it doesn't go against you. It looks like volume is starting to die out as well on the daily chart. So let me go to that real quick. Yeah, volume is starting to get real low on this thing too. So may not see a spike just yet, but I probably will day trade it tomorrow. I'm probably not going to swing this overnight because I don't think that there's enough volume or enough hype around it just yet. But if we can get some Tuesday action in SPY to 431, Snow should launch. I wouldn't be surprised to see 190 on SPY or on Snow, to be honest, but I'll be patient. I'm going to be very patient. I also need to pay attention to Coinbase real quick. Let me know if anybody sells the puts on Coin with me. I'm only up $2 right now, but if anybody sells those, just let me know. Made an extra $40. Very, very slow day, but honestly, I had a pretty decent day. I could be walking away right now, but want to go over some analysis with you guys. Offer any incentive that I can. I know that nobody's really trading on Mondays. It's just how it goes. I don't do it very often, but here we are. Guys, I did accept a position. I just got to say that as a pretty lead role in a profit share in a hedge fund. So I'm going to work out some terms and agreements with him. I think I can still live stream, I believe, but I just don't. It won't be. It'll have to be a very, very small account, similar to this one, maybe even less. So I will still always be posting education and everything like that, but I think that I have to read a lot of stuff just with regulation issues and stuff. So I did end up accepting a role with the hedge fund because, I mean, there's just a ton of money there and a lot of opportunity, especially getting in so early with some investors that we're talking with and all the people that I've made connections with over the years doing this. So I did accept it. I don't want it to be like, I don't think that I'm going to have to stop doing any streaming or anything like that, but I did accept it. The terms were there. You know, when you get a 10% profit share of anything, especially in a very early stage, could be the big ticket out, guys. So I did accept it, and I appreciate the congrats, but just wanted to give everybody a heads up in case anything has to change in terms of streaming or something like that. I don't think it's going to be like I have to stop, but I just got to read all the regulations. Just wanted to give a quick little update there. But also, it looks like we're starting to bottoming out on Coinbase. I'd probably make more money if I just bought 100 shares rather than sell this premium, because I think that this will probably end up being back at like 64 tomorrow. I could make a nice like $700 on 100 shares, but I'm just gonna sell the premium just to be safe, collect that 200 regardless, and if I end up buying the shares at $52, easy money. Swing trades for us normies. Swing trades. Honestly, I hate swing trading. I do. It's just been a really great market for it lately, and I don't usually swing trade very often. So I'm more of a day trader, but I do see levels set up a lot. This is also Microsoft. Maybe this is a good swing trade. Honestly, 350s for Microsoft. I have that level set out from a while ago. Coinbase or SPY is bouncing too. Should I get on SPY calls right now? Snow is bouncing too. If Snow starts to get a lot more strength, I might swing the 185 calls, even though I just said I'm not much of a swing play. Look at that. Look at that bounce on SPY. Whew. I'm glad I got out of this. But, I mean, I always have a stop loss. So it doesn't really matter, but you guys know what I mean. I'm really, really lagging today. I also had a very long weekend, so I'm happy that I made my money. And how do you look at levels like double tops and bottoms, etc.? What do you mean by that? Double tops, double bottom. How do you look at levels? Levels are basically like off of previous price action. So like most recent highs that were happened in the the recent history. So when I look at SPY and I have that 431.75 level or 73 level, because that's where it was at. Hold on, let me switch this. Man, I'm really lagging today. Damn, this thing is cooking. $35 to $176 a piece. That's crazy. Hold on, I gotta keep an eye on Snowflake too. I don't want to miss out on this thing. Oh, Snow looks beautiful right now. For that dip buy, it kind of is forming like a nice little head, but I don't really see a shoulders there, so. Let's look at the hourly chart. I feel like the hourly, we could probably end up catching a nice run up at the end of the day. It's still not there. I'll wait for like an extra 80 cents. I'll set an alert on Snow in 80 cents. Just want to make sure that it is bullish again. So the hourly chart to me looks a little weak, so I'm just being careful. Is that why you enter in the AM, or can you explain what you look for in the AM? in the morning, I look for pre-market action. So, Snowflake, where were you today? Snowflake had a nice little run up this morning. Had a big sell-off. I ended up buying this first sell-off just because, I don't know. I had a stop loss at like 174, and it was at 174.50, and I was trying to get a dip buy because I knew it was going to run today for some reason. I don't really know why. It's just because that level of, it was at 182 at the end of the day, and then it sold off pretty nicely, so I ended up taking this, but damn, this thing is kind of cooking. But after I saw this confirmation right here, I was actually in the 180 calls, and then I bought a bunch of 185 calls on this pullback. So I was like, you know what? This thing could really start to rip and run, and that's exactly what started to happen. It took a second to start cooking up a little bit, but it was a swing trade for next week, and this thing is going to go. I might take this. You know why? And I think it's because it's going to be the daily chart. The daily chart really does look good to me. If this can start cooking up, this is engulfing this again. We got to that recent high, but we didn't yet test this. The Bollinger Band is expanding. The volume is a little low, but it's not even 3 o'clock yet, so we didn't get power hour volume right now. So it's probably going to end somewhere around right here. So still a little high, not as high, but I don't know. I think it's a good risk. The premiums aren't the best, though. Maybe I'll just wait to day trade this. I would just hate to see a gap up overnight. It's starting to cook up a little bit, though. Already up almost $2 from the bottom there. That's usually pretty good premium prices. Now the 1 hour chart kind of looks like it's about to reverse and just keep going. Maybe it goes to 185 today. That would be pretty nuts. Actually, I'm like a little bit scared to get in them again. But I think Snow looks insane, and it's still being insane over here. There's a lot of volume coming in here. There's 1,000 to buy there, 200 to buy, 300 to buy, 1,100 to sell. That's a pretty big transaction. There's a lot of, there's $181,000 transactions going through like every millisecond, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And now the hourly chart's starting to look a little bullish. This is one of my favorite patterns as of late. When you see a nice little uptrend, a breakdown of two candlesticks, like it prints a small top, and then you get a breakdown like this, but then it creates this lower shadow. Kind of shows me like one of those like hammer candles that I like at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. It shows me like a nice little tail at the end of it, and then it starts running. Can you explain what you look for in the AM? I just look for pre-market action. What are the highs pre-market? What are the lows pre-market? I look at my daily levels, and then I like to trade the 5-minute and 15-minute off of those levels, whichever way that it's setting up. Is it bear flagging? Is it bull flagging? Are the candlesticks really big green? Are they really big red? Or are they kind of chopping each way? Is there enough volume there? So kind of just go with the flow, really, of what's happening pre-market. $758 on the day. I should be able to squeak this as of over 1,000 if Snow can reverse, but I think that I might just call it. I might call it early, guys. Mondays are just so ass. They are so ass. The only thing I'm watching is Snow and Datadog. Those are the only two. Although Datadog's almost at 100 right now. It's starting to push. Just got to it. Damn. Honestly, I might swing Datadog. 103.08. 103.80 was its printed high. Loria, this is probably a good thing for you to watch real quick. So I saw this printed high at 103.80. I'm trying to look for that momentum above this 101.69. This alert level that I have right here, then I would take those 104 calls. But let's see how much those 105s would pay if it swings. Is it a good risk to reward ratio? That is always the question when you're swinging contracts. I would never swing weeklies. I'll always do next week's. So they got to be cheap and they got to pay well. 105s or 144 could be worth 370 tomorrow. That's not bad. That's over 100% trade. So These could pay 100% if it gets up towards that high again. I don't know if that might be too far out of the money for me, so I would probably just, if I was to buy like 5 of these, I'd probably buy like just 2 of these instead of near the monies. My mom just said, "Hi, just checking in on you," so smile. What a sweetheart. What the hell? Looking at, honestly, Datadog is something that I want to watch. I don't think that I'll swing it, honestly. I'll probably just play that for a day trade tomorrow, similar to what I'm going to do for Snowflake. I think that they're both pretty much dead on the day. There's one stock that I've been watching too is ENPH. It's starting to get into this gap fill zone. Look how big this gap is. It's insane. 214 from basically where it's at right now. I set an alert around 193 to see if it can start to push, but I'm actually going to set that a little bit lower. Maybe we could catch this similar to how I caught Snowflake. This is at 189.88, so I'm setting an alert on this thing. 189.88 is where I am going to catch out. I feel like it should be lower, right? Oh yeah, it's right here. I'm going to cancel this one. So now we have a 189.88 alert. If I can see ENPH start to cook that, this is a crazy gap fill, like up to 214. So we'll see. Hope you don't have to leave us, man. Trader J, I love you, man. Oh, I got to send you that link too, man. My fault. I got to send you that link. I'll do that today. I'll do that right after this. We love you, bro. I'm a little bit scared today. Mondays are always the scariest. I got to hit the gym. I got to hit the sauna. I have a meeting tonight. Grilling out tonight. It's going to be a long one. Also, the Miami Heat, they look good. They could do it. They could really do it. Guys, I might just have to call it. I think that you guys are just gonna watch me just stare at a blank screen. But I'm just gonna call it early. We hopped on a little early. We got our little hour in here. We only got in one little SPX trade, but it's not moving fast enough for anybody to make any money. I don't feel like I can give any clear signals on a very choppy Monday. It just looks so bad out here. And honestly, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Whoa, what the hell? This is going lower. Never mind. I'm taking a put. I'm playing SPX real quick. Let's see if this can balance out. Thank you for some technicals. You're welcome. And that's a massive bear flag. Or not a massive bear flag, a massive sell signal though. What's going on? Why is this on June 16th? From Coinbase, I think. Levels get you on back. Oh, these are cheap too, guys. These could pay really, really well. These 4260s again that we were just talking about. These could go in the money, honestly. I might switch to the 4265s here in a second, but what were these just at? 30 cents? I'm going to switch to the 4265 puts here. They're at 180. They're at 160, 155. Why do I always get these random ass callers? I just grabbed one. I just grabbed one put, 4265. So I'm not going to let myself lose a lot of money off this. My stop is probably going to be like 110. Yeah, so I would be down $50 on it. I made 40 on the first one, so I'd be down $10 on the SPX. It's like nothing ever happened. But if this bear flags right now, it looks like it's trying to make that new low. It has bounced 3 times here. If it gets above 427, it's probably dead. But this is insane, that push down. I might cancel this stop. Nah, I'm just going to let it go. It's going to probably stop me out here, guys, but yeah, the action's too bad. There's no volume. I don't know why I took that trade. I just saw how low this volume is right here. This is an average of, we're at 47 million on the day. Average is 96 million. So we're about 50 million short on average volume on the day. So every action you're going to see is going to probably be piss poor. But that's why I'm only going to take one at a time. I mean, one contract could still pay me like $300 here, or it could stop me out 50. So there's that 6R that 6R is crazy. Usually I like to look for like a 3R, like my risk to reward ratio. 3 to 4 is really always what I'm really looking for. Like I'll lose $100, but I make 400. That's a pretty good trade to me. Oh, guys, we're cooking down. We're cooking down. We're up $100 on just one contract here. I think that these could fucking go crazy, actually. I think. I'm going to put this in profit. So now I'm going to lock in $30 no matter what. We're at $290 a piece. I'm going to lock in $40 regardless. If it stops me at 200 and it bounces here, then it does. But it just went to that low of the day, then bounced, which I don't like to see. I was hoping that we would get that flush. But like I said, there's not enough volume for that. So it just sold me at 2. So I made $40. I made $80 off 2 small trades. I thought we were going to flush, but we're up $800 on the day. Pretty good day, honestly, on the small account. I think I'm just going to call it at that point. I think that this might still go down, though. So I might actually just watch this for a second, because these did go to 280. I made 40. I could have made 120. I probably should have sold that like that push because of how choppy it is. Let me switch from Coinbase to SPY. SPX. Honestly, it's just like you don't really know what's going to happen. It moves so slow that I don't really know what's going on. Oh yeah, this is going to break down. For sure. I'm going 4260s one more time, and then I'm done. These are at 110, 112. $40 risk. Just one $40 risk. It could just completely bounce, stop me out, and I'm done. But like I said, small trades. I'm not doing anything crazy. But I'm looking at this 15-minute chart. We rejected 4,300, and usually if you see a tail like this and it starts to rebound, this would be a hammer candle. If this was green, I would have been all over the call side. But the fact that this is engulfing this again makes me think it's going to head back down to this 4260 and engulf the daily. So when I'm looking at the daily chart, personally, I think that this could go down to 425, if not a little bit lower. But I think that there's only 50 minutes left, so we might just die. Like we might just chop, actually. So I'm actually going to set this up at 90 here. I'm only going to lose $20 on this trade. I'm going to cash it out, $20. If it bounces here, or if it goes sideways, it'll stop me out 20. But this looks really good to the downside. Any day that it wasn't a Monday, I would be taking puts because, one, we did have this massive bear flag, this huge red candle, and then another retest of this sell-off. Kind of makes me think we're going to head to lower, but we did just hit that low of the day and bounce, so it might chop me out. There it goes. I lost $20. I'm going to call it a day. I think that you guys should watch this potentially. for the downside, but I'm gonna cash it. I only made 782. I sold those puts on Coinbase. They're looking pretty decent right now, up 10% on them. They're now worth under 200, so I'm just collecting this premium as a form of payment for myself, and this is kind of bouncing up. So I'm gonna stay away from SPX. It's too low volume, not enough movement. But hey, $60 is $60. It only took me 30 minutes to make that, so $120 an hour. How's the trading going? Okay, catch any Apple or SPY move? I caught Snowflake, man. I didn't even check Apple, but everybody was talking about it. Yeah, that's crazy. Any swings? The only swing that I would talk about, guys, is Snowflake. Like I said, I think that this is going to 185 and beyond. So if you want to take... Oh, and it just hit my alert for the end of the day. But I think Snowflake is going to go above this 185 and then run a little bit. So those 185s for next week's. I don't know if I would swing this week's, but it is only Monday, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. The Monday expirations are pretty good. Or this Friday expirations are decent. You're just going to lose a lot on theta, especially overnight if it drops. But I think it looks good. I think the 185s this week and next week look really good for Snow. That's the only thing that I would trade. Maybe Datadog 105 calls, because I think it's still got a lot of room up. But that's all for me. That's all I got for now. My most confident one would be Snow. It is up 4% today, so maybe it does have a small pullback. And it has been on a crazy tear. So I'm not as confident from this high break as I was with this gap fill. But I might sprinkle on it a little bit. I made a couple $100 off it in the small account today, up 704 on Snow earlier, and now up 785 with the put swings and a couple SPX small scalps. But that's it. Snow 185s for most likely next week or further out. This week's are very risky in my opinion. Or I kind of like Datadog 105s. But to each their own. I'm not swinging anything. I'm probably just going to go into the night flat. And I will day trade both of those tomorrow because I think that they have really great movements. Tesla's dying. I liked it to 220. It hit 220 and then it died today. So that's really it. That's really all I got. I don't like the Apple's dying. That usually brings down the whole market. You saw the news event. Cool glasses. I'll never wear them. It looks like Buzz Lightyear goggles. So I don't believe in it. I don't believe in the hype. I think that everybody's going to get that real fast and then it's going to die. Same with the Oculus goggles. I think in the future everything will be really good, but as of right now, I just don't think that that's enough for people to be like, oh yeah, let me make some money off this. But I also don't know how Oculus is performing for Meta either. So maybe I'm just talking out of my ass right now. But long story short, I'm not in anything overnight. I'm watching Snowflake to 185 tomorrow, and I'm also watching Datadog as well to 105. I think Datadog looks beautiful. I'll look at this one more time for you guys. Nice little engulfer. I have an alert at 101.69. Hopefully it doesn't gap up overnight or run into the next 40 minutes of the market being open. I don't think it's going to, but I think that the market is kind of starting to form a top. I think we're topping out a little bit. Maybe tomorrow we can get a nice bounce to 431 that I've been paying attention to from the daily chart here. So if you want to swing SPY, I don't think it's a bad idea for this 431.73 test from a while back. I think that we might double top here and then reject, but I don't know. So far, that's all I like. Other than I like that run and I like Snow and Datadog. That's really it. So that's what I'm doing. I might swing Datadog. Pay attention to the channel. Maybe I do. I doubt that I do. I made pretty good money on it from just holding it today. I could just take that $700 I made in this account and roll it into next week expirations for some risk. Should I do that? Should I roll in the profits for some risk? All right, hold on. We're going to look at these. Snowflake. I hate swinging weekly contracts so much. It is Monday. But these 185s are 300, and I'll lose $57 just by holding them overnight. It just doesn't make any sense to me to do that. I honestly hate swing trading. I won't lie to you guys. Only when I see a big move possible. And 185s here are 500 a piece. So I would really buy one and only make $200 and lose. I'd make 170 by swinging it, even if I just did one. I'm gonna stay away. No swing trades for me. Cashing out. Very slow Monday. Made a couple grand in the big account. Up 787 in the small account. Looking pretty good. Snowflake, I think, is beautiful. Datadog, SPY 431 tomorrow. If we're bearish, I got nothing right now, so I'd have to do that real time with you guys. But I will be in Kush's channel tomorrow morning. As always, wasn't there this morning, but I didn't see much action. And then I'll be here 2:30 again tomorrow. So if you guys need anything, hit me up. Love you so much. I know it's slow today, but hang in there. We got some pretty good setups for the rest of the week. If things are bullish, I have a lot of setups for us. So let's get it, baby.